Welcome, audio fans. It's time for another episode of the podcast, presented by J&J Production Studios, your home for entertainment with your favorite shows available every week. And now, it's time to begin in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome everybody, Sam Crow here with a brand new episode for you guys. This is the What's Up Bro Sports Show, a bonus episode specially made for you guys, courtesy of course, as always, from J&J Production Studios, your one true home for entertainment. As you guys know, if you've been listening to us for a while, we are working hard, especially the last few months, at getting more content out for you guys and trying to share the love, spread out everything that we have to offer. And we are doing it little by little. And when we get opportunities where we can get new episodes for you guys, we choose to do so. And we're hoping to adjust schedules where we'll do that more frequently. Now, based upon when this episode should air, which I believe time-wise it should be around Saturday afternoon. And if you're listening to this then, make sure you tune in Saturday night. We have special guests from the Pod Squad, our good friends Deanie and Pastor K. Ice. If you've watched and seen me appear on the show, you know who I'm talking about. They're going to join us. It's going to be a lot of fun. Apologies, too, if you were hoping for the karaoke episode for the Pod Squad. It has been moved. That date is August 26th. It is coming up soon, a few weeks. So make sure you guys, or I think it's the 29th. Let me double check. I said the 26th. I have two different dates in my head. No, I'm sorry, the 29th. Yeah, Monday is the 26th. So the 29th. Scratch that. August 29th is going to be the karaoke episode of the Pod Squad. Make sure you guys sign up. You can check out the links for that and make sure you get there so you can get a spot. We want to make sure we have enough people there. So check it out. It's going to be awesome. Going to be amazing. Hope you guys can join us there. And a special announcement I will share later with you guys in the show. I hope to do it this evening on the other show, on the What's Up Bro, our main show. So stay tuned for that. You don't want to miss that. What's coming up next. Special guests coming up and a lot more. So without further ado, let's dive in here. You guys know these aren't super long episodes, but want to talk some sports, and let's see what's going on in the sports world. Hard to believe, and I know it's kind of amazing too, but football season has begun already. The preseason anyway. We are now a few weeks away, actually, from opening day kickoff for 2024. It comes up fast. Now, I got to say, it's been nice. I haven't followed football much over the last this past season or so. It's probably going to be the same thing this year. I do like to watch it. I do try to catch it now and again. But obviously, things have changed, and it's just to the point where I'm just enjoying kind of seeing it from a different perspective, not being super invested and not having to worry or to stress about anything. So it's really been nice, and I'm probably going to do the same thing again this year. But for a lot of you guys who are diehard sports fans who are rooting for your teams this year, it's going to be good. We'll just catch up on the score. I know that the Patriots and the Panthers had preseason action going on Thursday night. The Patriots beating the Panthers. Wrong page. I'm looking at some pages here. 17-3. Great start for the Bill Belichick-less Patriots. A new era really has begun. Not only not having Tom Brady, but not having Bill Belichick as well. So we'll see how things go there. Should be fun. I like some of the teams, what they're doing this year, and I think it should be fun to see how it pans out. Again, obviously it's still early. The season hasn't started, but I think we should see some good action. A lot of good young teams are trying to make a name for themselves. We saw last year the Houston Texans had quite the resurgence coming in and making the playoffs. I expect nothing less this year. I think the team has gotten a little bit better. I think they've kept their core group intact, and they've added a few key pieces. And I said before, too, I really love C.J. Stroud. I had to think of his name there. Blanked out there. There's a lot of guys that were out there now, but so I think they are built to win. I think it should be a good year. I don't think it's going to be easy by any means. Of course, there are other great teams that are out there as well, but it should still be a good one for the year. Let's see who else we got. Who else is going in there for that one too? I'm trying to think of some of the teams that they revamped. Obviously, Philadelphia is going to be in that conversation. They made some nice moves that I really like this year as well. One team I will say to watch as well is going to be Washington. Now, I know this is Washington. I know they, it's been a while since they've had a shred of shed light to show potential championship aspirations, and I'm not saying that's any different this year. I'm just saying, based on the moves that they've made as well, that they look good, and the NFC East has proven to us over these past couple seasons that it is incredibly weak. It is a weak division. So anything could happen, don't know, but should be fun to watch. So that, all that and more, a lot of great teams are there too. But yeah, it's really interesting. I'm trying to think of what some of the top stories were this week. I do want to mention this, and I didn't know this until the other day, but we want to reach our condolences. Legendary GM and baseball executive Billy Beane, who is famously known for creating the 2002 Oakland A's, who made the playoffs, looked like they were going to hit the World Series, and they probably would have if they hadn't slumped to the Yankees there. But famously made the movie Moneyball, starring Brad Pitt, who played Billy Beane there. Passed away on Tuesday, I believe, this past week at the age of 60. He had been suffering from a form of leukemia, which he sadly had succumbed to. So, a huge shout out to the fans, people, and the players that have known Billy Beane, his family especially. Our thoughts and prayers are with all of you guys. It's tough, especially at age 60. It's not old at all. That's relatively young. So, but when you have a disease like leukemia, dealing with that, it's rough, and you kind of know what to kind of sort of expect, but it's still unfortunate nevertheless. So condolences there, and we want to pass it on for everybody that knew him and was close to him. What else is going on? Not too much happening headline wise. Trying to think what else has been out there. Let's see. I'm flipping through. I'm gonna obviously flip through the pages too, trying to catch up on some latest things, because sometimes I catch stories, sometimes I don't. Trying to think what's also been hitting the airwaves that makes a note. No big splashes really anywhere I can think of in free agency. Let's just check the free agent marker on this page here. I'm looking at different sports too, but let's see. Well, actually, one thing, we'll stay with football for a second, or go back to that. Quarterback Nick Foles, who led the Eagles to a Super Bowl championship against the Patriots, who bounced around for a little bit, had a pretty decent career, announcing the other day on X that he is officially retiring after an 11-year career. Congratulations to Nick Foles. Hopefully, the next step of his career will be something really exciting for him, whatever he chooses to do, but it was a phenomenal career. I will give him that. Not necessarily a I don't know if it will be necessarily Hall of Fame worthy. I mean, again, that Super Bowl ring is going to be forever cemented, so that might help. But either way, great career nonetheless. Props to him as he moves on to the next phase of his life with family and whatever he's going to choose to do. Let's actually take a pause here. I'll run a commercial for you guys. We'll play a little music too. It's always fun to have. Look up some stories here. We'll come back. We'll chat a bit more. Give you some thoughts too about the NBA. What to look forward to this upcoming season. Baseball's still going on. I kind of want to talk a little bit about that. There was some interesting stories there. We're going to get some stats going and see what's happening there as well. But this is a bonus episode edition of the What's Up Bros Sports Show. Hope you guys will love that. It's really, really, it's awesome when we can get these episodes out. We have plenty more coming out as well. We have another episode of ASMR Nighttime Sleep, which is going to be a special mental health edition episode where yours truly, Dr. Sam Crow and Dr. Haas, will be chatting about the importance and the effects of mental health, and a few other surprises we got going on as well. So make sure you check us out. Linktree.com/J_J Production Studios. You can find all of our social media accounts there. You can follow us, get the latest up-to-date news. If you check our Linktree as well as go onto our website, jnjproductionstudios.com, you can sign up for email alerts. If you want news to travel right to your inbox, that is the place to go. Make sure you guys do that and subscribe. No spam or anything like that. We just want to let you know when new content comes out, new episodes, to keep you aware of everything that is happening. It's the best way to do it in case you forget or in case you don't use social media, which some people don't. So that way you can keep up to date with all things happening and you won't miss a single second. With that being said, and that being the case, take a short break, hit the restroom, call a timeout there, 30-second timeout, get a water break. As I accidentally turn my microphone off there. Whoops, getting ahead of myself there. This mouse keeps triggering here. There we go. Get yourself a beverage and a refreshment. If you have a snack, whatever you want to do, now's the time to do it. We'll come back plenty more here. The whistle will sound and whistle will blow and the horn will go, buzzer, as we come back through the tunnel for the next half of the What's Up Bros Sports Show. And I hope you guys are having a phenomenal weekend. Hope you guys will enjoy all the content, and we look forward to bringing so much more for you all. And of course, as always, we love and appreciate you guys so very much. Thank you so much for your continuous support. Whether you've been here from the very beginning or you just tuned in and joined recently, We love every single one of you. Thank you so much for being a part of our family. We can't wait to do exciting things. We're almost through our year of 2024. Which means we need to start prepping for 2025. Who knows what will happen? We don't. We never seem to, but we have some ideas for some things that are going to happen, which we will share with you guys down the road. But lots more great stuff to come. Same great talent as you guys always love and deserve, and we hope we continue to grow in that community. So we'll be right back for more. Stay tuned. Don't go away. You don't want to miss it. Come on back. We'll see you very, very shortly.
Enjoying the show? Do you want even more great content? Then check out linktree.com/J_J Production Studios, where you'll find everything you need for the entertainment you deserve, such as links to your favorite streaming services where our podcast shows are featured. Find and connect with us on your favorite social media and live streaming platforms. The official studio channel on YouTube. Like and subscribe today. Our official studio store where you can find all kinds of great merchandise. Would you like to support us? You can do so by getting your own exclusive membership on our Patreon account. Do you want to ensure you don't miss a single bit of detailed information? Then have it sent directly to you by joining our emailing list. Stay up to date on all the latest from J&J Production Studios. Thank you so much for listening. We love and appreciate all your support, and until next time, we'll see you at the show.
We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. We'll be right back to the show with more in just a moment. Please stay tuned. Break time is over. We're so glad you stayed tuned. Now back to the action as the show is set to resume.
back, guys. Thanks so much for hanging out there for a little bit. If you are just tuning in, welcome. This is the What's Up Bro Sports Show. Hut! We are here bringing you a brand new episode as part of our goal, our main objective goal, to get new content out, meaning we get new episodes out for all of our podcasts. Of course, the main show has been running. And if you guys tuned in last night, because this will be up Saturday afternoon, we celebrated our 200th episode. Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Oh, please. You guys are far too kind. Please stop. No. In all seriousness, though, we thank you guys so much. We couldn't have done this without you. It's amazing and hard to believe. It still feels like it has been just yesterday when we first started, but we are coming on year 2 already, which, if you guys know, we've been posting. One of our special guests coming up is a good personal friend of mine, Austin and Emma. And we're going to talk about some of his projects, including his band Orange Moon Project, which he plays bass for. But we were talking recently and keeping him in the loop and giving him information about how we run things on the show. And he even said, too, it's incredible. You've been on the air for 2 years. And I said to him, yeah, matter of fact, by the time he makes his appearance, which this is a shameless plug, by the way, but make sure you mark your calendar, Saturday night, August 24th, we were going to have Austin join us on the show. It will be right around the time of our actual 2-year anniversary when the first couple episodes were uploaded. So a lot of fun. Hope you guys will tune and stay tuned for that and join us. We hope to celebrate with everybody. It's going to be amazing. It's going to be awesome. A little tongue-tied. Sorry, it's been a long week. But yeah, it's incredible. So thank you guys so much. We love it, and we're going to continue to do our best, and we hope to continue to have you guys supporting us. But we love every single one of you, so thank you very, very much. So for the last part of this section, for our second half of this game, I want to talk a little bit here for a second in the NBA. I want to see what we got going on. Obviously, it's been a somewhat busy offseason for a lot of teams. Some teams, not so much. Let's talk about the current reigning champion, the Boston Celtics, probably my favorite team going out there. Boston had a pretty good offseason this year. They've done something that isn't very commonly done, that a lot of teams don't typically do. I know, again, we're switching sports here, but the Buccaneers did this a few years ago when the Tom Brady was still there and trying to keep the team for a repeat. They're keeping the championship squad together, and I mean down to the last guy, everybody. Everybody is pretty much under contract that has been there this past year. There might be still, I think, 1 or 2 players that possibly, I don't know if exactly if they've been signed yet. I know their draft picks are there. But the overall synopsis is Boston really is built to repeat this year. I think they have a good chance. Now, with that being said, I obviously do not think it's going to be super, super easy. And I think it could be a lot more difficult. It usually is. Sophomore year, after winning a championship, usually is very, very difficult, even if you're the current reigning champion coming back. And we also don't know who their opponent could potentially be. They got to get all the way through the East, and then they got to face off against the best team in the West. So, lot can happen, a lot to do, and it's not a guarantee. I don't think Boston will necessarily have the best record in basketball like they did last year, but who knows. Bottom line, though, at the end of it all, is to claim another title to try and win championship banner number 19. Excuse me. But yes, I think it's possible, given some of the teams, but a lot of teams have stacked up and have made a lot of good moves. Especially the team that beat Dallas. I know that's in the West. Adding Klay Thompson this offseason, I like that boost. That gives them a triple-headed monster between Thompson, Kyrie Irving, and Luka Doncic. I think that's going to make Dallas more of a threat there, coming from the West. Oklahoma City will definitely be back. They've got a lot of young talent. They were so close to the title contention, they could probably smell and taste it, but Dallas prevailed, so there's that. I'm trying to think who else made some big splashes. Anybody in the Eastern Conference? I can't think off the top of my head, but there was a few. So it's going to be a challenge, but I like Boston. I like their odds to repeat, especially keeping the team together. If they stay healthy, they keep the dynamics the same. They don't tweak too much. They just play the straight-up basketball that they can do, that we know they're capable of. I think it's highly likely that they will definitely win the title and go all the way this year again. But we'll see. Don't quote me on that. It's just my best educated guess. I have no knowledge, no insights, no nothing. I am just looking at it as you guys, as a spectator, as a fan, as an analyst, as an amateur analyst. That's just what seems to be the case. But again, don't know for sure. We'll have to wait and see. Some of the teams really that had a chance to upgrade, and I got to say, and I'm not a huge fan, but a team that I know has been a huge thorn for Boston too, is the Lakers. Yeah, you bring LeBron back, but I think they could have done more. I think it's really, in my opinion, a slap in the face, because I know even LeBron was trying to recruit Klay Thompson. He had mentioned he'd be interested in going to L.A. and for whatever reason decided not to, spurn the Lakers for the Mavericks, which, for whatever reason, again, it's still an eye-opener because it's got to say something, and the Lakers really haven't added a whole lot of major pieces that one would say, ooh, that's going to change the shift and shake things up and maybe make the Lakers a contender. No. Do the Lakers have a shot? Absolutely. I mean, they made the playoffs this past year, too. I think they can be back. But I think there's other teams that are well-suited. And again, you have Anthony Davis there, and you're leaning on LeBron James, who's going to be 40 this year. Not the same guy he was when he was first drafted, when he came into the league out of high school at 18, almost 19. So LA's got to recognize that. And they don't have the depth. That's the other thing. I said this all this past year up until the playoffs. The thing I like about Boston, whenever you build a basketball team, you have your starting five naturally. But you really need to have a good, I call it a quote-unquote starting five off the bench. You need good, solid rotation and depth at the bench positions to get guys to come in who can be just as, if not even a little bit slightly better productive than your main starters. That's key, and that's critical. And that's truthfully, in my opinion, what Boston had this year. And they have it again because they kept their core together. Plus, they got a couple young and raw potential talent for players that they have drafted in the draft this year. So that culmination altogether, to me, is the ultimate test of that makes a great team for that. And it's a mixture of veteran leadership and some young talent. And Boston's core is not super old either. There's a few players, like Al Horford's obviously getting older, and a couple others. But for the primary core of the group, they're young, talented, ready to go. So that's really the key that you need there. But we'll see. All it takes is one or two games that could be a difference maker that could change drastically the course of the entire season. So one never knows, but that's just the theoretical idea that I have that I put together over the course of all the years I've watched sports that seems to work. So we will see what happens and go there. I think the last thing I want to cover here as we get ready to wrap up here shortly, and I want to talk about this for a couple of minutes, really the only story that seems to be circulating, we're going to jump back to the NFL, and again, in honor of, I know the Hall of Fame game was this past week, the Bears playing, and I think the Bears actually won, if I remember correctly. Let me pull up and just see. That was last week, though, right? There are some games. Let's see. That was last week, right? Yeah, August. Let's see. Yeah, the Bears beat the Texans 21-17. Just a footnote there. But one of the major stories that has been circulating, this has been going on all offseason, the easiest way to put it is the straining relationship between the San Francisco 49ers and one of their young star receivers, Brandon Ayuk. I saw this story when it started. The short end of it is, a lot of you guys probably know the story, but just to sum it up briefly for you, Brandon Ayuk has been seeking out a new contract. He wanted, obviously superstar level money that he felt, based on some other receivers that got paid that he should get. And the 49ers have been reluctant and have said no, they won't do that. There was rumor that Ayuk was going to seek a trade, which he said that he wouldn't necessarily do, but kind of floated it. However, the 49ers had made it clear they have no plans and are not interested in trading Ayuk, despite that, and that would give him that they have the leverage because he's under contract and all that. So recently, just to speed it up here too, Brandon Ayuk, with complete frustration, had made several comments saying the Niners don't want me back. That was out in the story world, for the sports world for that. It's come to fruition too, where they are actively looking to trade Brandon Ayuk. Now, there were a few teams in contention. The Browns, the Patriots were out there, the Steelers on top of that. This has kind of been dancing and going in a circle now. Where I last read from the other day, it looks as if, at this point, and from what I've heard through the grapevine, it looks like the Pittsburgh Steelers are going to be the winner if the trade and the trigger is pulled for this. The problem is, the first key problem was, the team that would acquire Brandon Ayuk had to agree to a contract extension right away. That was one of the demands that he had. The Patriots and the Browns were, I think at least the Patriots were a team that Ayuk had said he didn't want to go to. Pittsburgh was a preferred destination, so that kind of gave them the edge. The issue that's holding up the trade, last I understood, based on the reports coming out, is that obviously the Niners were asking a king's ransom. They wanted I think 2 first-round picks, and I think a third round. That's ridiculously expensive. I mean, Brandon Ayuk is young and talented. You could build around, but there's got to be a limit for what's reasonable and what's not. But the issue now seems to be that picks alone is not what the Niners want. They want a player in return, which it seems like the Steelers have been reluctant to throw in the mix. So the question remains is, will Pittsburgh throw a player in? I've heard rumors it could be a Pat Freiermuth kind of a deal for the tight end to go over there. It's going to take a key piece to make this trade happen. Do I think it's going to happen? Absolutely. I mean, and the Niners have said, we're at this point where we're pulling our hair out. We want a resolution because Brandon Ayuk has made it clear he does not want to play here, and he's not willing to play under the terms and conditions that we have, and he's just willing to go out and find something better. So with that being the case, I think it's most definitely going to happen, but it's just a matter of not so much a matter of will it happen, is a matter of when it will happen. Now, obviously, the season is beginning to unfold, so the sooner it happens, probably the better, but we'll have to see how that goes. And then what also sparked, I remember this was another article that brought up too, is free agent wide receiver, formerly known as Robbie Anderson, now as Chosen Anderson. The 49ers had signed recently, again, continuing to fuel speculation that Ayuk will not be back. It makes sense because they have to be prepared to have at least another receiver in the fold. But all these things are probably going to keep heating up over the next couple of days, next couple of weeks. I would venture to guess, if we're going to do that and say this trade is going to happen, it's probably going to happen before the season opener, which is, now I got to look this up, you guys got me curious. That would be week 1, right, of the regular season. So it looks like technically, based on this is going to be a good one too. Thursday, September 5th is going to be, and that's an evening game. Looks like it's going to broadcast on NBC. I'm not sure Amazon might have that too. I don't know if they still have the contract for Thursday night games. But that will be the Baltimore Ravens and the Kansas City Chiefs. That's going to be a great game. Kansas City is a favorite by 3 points. The defending current Super Bowl champions take on the Baltimore Ravens. It's going to be a good game for sure. That will kick off the regular season. And then there's a game Friday, September 6th. Packers and Eagles. And then games will start on Sunday. That is the beginning, officially kickoff of the 2024 NFL season. So we'll see. So by that 5th of September, that week, maybe up to that weekend of the regular season starting, I personally think the Brandon Ayuk situation will come to a head and the decision will be made and something will happen at that point. But you guys can let me know your thoughts, sports fans. Let me know what you think and feel. Do you think it'll happen? Do you not think it'll happen? Will Pittsburgh include a player in the trade, which seems to be the only sticking point? Will they not? Will the trade talks fall apart again? They did fall apart once for Pittsburgh, but they came back. So, yes, no, maybe, sort of, left, right, up, and down. Who knows? Well, time will tell. We'll find out. But if you guys want to leave comments, comment on social media, or send us an email, or contact us any way you want. We'd love to hear your thoughts, what you think is going to happen, and we'll see as football season begins on the preseason as we prepare for a new season yet to come. And there you have it. That's going to do it there for us, too, as far as our sports table talk going in there, you guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. We're going to have new episodes, again, coming out as always. Again, our 200th episode should be out by now when this episode airs, or is uploaded there, which it should be. And then, of course, again, this should be Saturday afternoon, so tonight, make sure you don't miss it. Same bat time, same bat channel, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. We are back. We are on with our good friends Deanie and Pastor K. Ice from the Pod Squad. Hope you guys will come check out the zany antics, the fun, the excitement, the goofiness. Who knows? It's always a good time. It's always fun. We hope to see you guys there. And, of course, as always, you guys, we love you so much. We appreciate all your support. We couldn't do this without you. You mean the world to us. Thank you so much for being who you are. And until next time, as always, for all of our shows, no matter what it is, we will see you at the next show. Take care, guys. Have a great weekend. See you next time.
Thank you for listening to the podcast. Be sure to check J&J Production Studios on Linktree for all the streaming services and social media accounts where our shows are featured. We love and appreciate all your support. And as always, until next time, we'll see you at the show.